Caribbean countries' continued efforts to strengthen economic and diplomatic relations with Africa, with St. Lucia and Jamaica taking steps to deepen ties with the continent. St. Lucia hosted Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during a state visit in July 2025, while Jamaica welcomed Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama on August 3rd. Minister of Tourism and Investment Dr. Ernest Hilaire highlighted the importance of building stronger partnerships with African nations. He said closer relations, particularly with Nigeria, could create new opportunities for trade, investment, and employment and business for Caribbean citizens.
It is important because it's about the creation of an environment where business can be established, can be managed properly, efficiently, and business can thrive. And for business to thrive, they need to have the operating space which is conducive for such. In the government procedures, government regulations, government legislation, there are certain provisions that sometimes inhibit business from functioning at the level at which they ought to. And over the years, we've been trying to remove those barriers, remove those hurdles.
During his state visit to Jamaica, President Mahama proposed expanding the African Continental Free Trade Area to include CARICOM member states directly. The move aimed to provide Caribbean countries with duty-free and tariff-free access to a market of more than 1.4 billion people, with a combined gross domestic product of approximately US $1.3 trillion. The proposal formed part of wider efforts by Caribbean and African leaders to transform long-standing cultural and diplomatic connections into stronger economic partnerships.
When I was speaking with Mr. Prime Minister, I said that one of the things that I would champion when I become AU chair next year, Ghana is assuming the chair of the African Union next year, is to expand the remit of the African Continental Free Trade Area to include the Caribbean. We've set up the African Continental Free Trade Area that allows us to export goods duty-free and tariff-free into each other's markets. That's a 1.4 billion population market, and that also is a 1.3 trillion GDP economy. And so we can plug the Caribbean in so that we can exchange goods between Africa and the Caribbean duty-free, tariff-free. And so that's one of the proposals that I'll take up in my chairmanship.
To support direct trade, both nations are exploring a dual-hub maritime shipping module connecting the port of Kingston in Jamaica with West African sea hubs in Ghana, alongside direct bilateral air service agreements between Accra and Montego Bay. Jamaican Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness highlighted the expanding air capital and financial tech ties is key to pursuing long-term economic independence and building upon shared historical bonds.
Clearly, Marcus Garvey set the foundation, connecting us intellectually, connecting us as a people. We now must take that and create, as borrowing the term used by my brother, the economic emancipation of our peoples. We have been saying in Jamaica, we are pursuing our economic independence. It's the same thing. And that means that we must not be fearful of exploring the trade and commercial aspect of that economic and social emancipation.
St. Lucia's partnership with African nations was expected to receive a boost as Ghana, Nigeria, and Jamaica strengthened cooperations in areas beyond trade. The governments agreed to establish a permanent joint commission for cooperation, which will meet every 2 years in Accra and Kingston to monitor progress in financial services, healthcare recruitment, education, and digital technology. For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisek reporting.